We roll along with the Greenbrier tip-off and the second semifinal featuring another pair of unbeatens. 19th ranked Wisconsin 5-0 out of the Big Ten, and the UCF Knights 4-0 out of the Big 12. One spot in the championship already secured. Pitt taking care. Yeah, there's Bucky. Ready to go as always for Wisconsin. Our officiating crew, Terry Oglesby, Earl Walton, Mike Littlewood. And we had miscommunication on the jump. Might have to have a redo tip-off. To begin, and here comes John Blackwell. Wisconsin off a tight win over UTRGV by 3. Blackwell saved it. Career high 30 in that game on Tuesday night. Monday, actually. Stephen Crow posting inside on Jim, and he misses in tight. Rebound Darius Johnson in UCF.
In fact, on that jump ball, Jack, they called a foul on Mustafa Thiem. So he's already got one foul in this game with no time running off the clock. Not sure what happened there, but Coach Dawkins was a little bit confused as well.
Yeah, foul on the jump ball. I haven't seen that much. Shot clock to 5 meanwhile for Keyshawn Hall. Works on Crow, falls away from the baseline, and good defense there. Rebound down to Winter. It's a Wisconsin team that's off its first 5-0 start in 6 seasons. This guy's a big reason why. Tanjay. Inside, Winter banked it in with a foul. And there's the size of Wisconsin on full display early on. Native of Lakeville, Minnesota, and of Lakeville North High. He's got the range to do that. Doesn't take many. He's 1 of 5 now in the year. Hard to keep in mind, he's only 18 years old.
Keep an eye on Crowell within this offense, too. And on that first possession offensively, he went as Kleisman knocks down the mid-range jumper, going to the baseline, driving to it left. But Crowell's such a unique player. When he catches it in the post, he's constantly, as Ivy Curry. The time these guards come off these ball screens, they have options. They have options to look to score. They have options to look at the roll, or they have the throw-ahead pass to the big in the opposite slot. And there's just a lot of movement.
Kleisman for the roller. Crow banked it in. So Stephen Crow is on the board. 6-2 start for Wisconsin.
And the biggest key for UCF defensively guarding this offense is someone always has to be in that protection spot right in front of the rim to be able to help absorb those rolls and not give up layups.
Rokas Yatsu seeing his first action. And the native of Lithuania transferred in from LaSalle. You saw him a bit in the A-10. He's got a nice touch.
Saw him a lot in the A-10. Thought this would be a good pickup for UCF. Hasn't really gotten to the flow yet this season, but still early. He brings a lot to the table.
Speaking of bringing something to the table, Kamari McGee knocking down a triple. He's now 5 for 10 to begin his season from deep.
Shooting it from a high clip. We saw that yesterday in practice. An energy guy off the bench for this Wisconsin team. He's played a lot of minutes for him as he gets it going off in transition.
3 on 2. There's Blackwell to the rim for 2 plus a foul.
And stop the rollers.
A free throw and a rare one missed from Blackwell. So he is now 19 of 24 at the line this season. Wisconsin, the top free throw shooting team in the nation, by the way. This is just a ridiculous clip. 88.6% coming in. Keyshawn Hall to his strong left hand. That's what he does.
And that's exactly what he does. Impacts the game in so many different ways. Coach Dawkins was talking about it yesterday, just a transfer that comes in. He's a glue guy, but not only is he a glue guy, he's a leader on this team. He said, not often do I allow new guys on the team to be team captains, but that's exactly what Keyshawn Hall earned.
Crowell skips, Blackwell buries a triple.
Time, and Coach Dawkins was talking about his relationship with his father. Goes back to when they were about 4 years old. So he was the best man in his wedding.
Well, they're both from the D.C. area, so knew each other a long time growing up. There's Chiam off a good Mahovsky, who's out of Berlin, Germany, a sophomore, now 2 of 5 from 3 on the year.
Well, we saw this a little bit in the first game. Took these teams some time to get used to playing in this ballroom, I guess we could call it.
How about that move by Winter?
Teams will settle in and they'll find the rhythm.
Benny Williams, the Syracuse transfer. Nowhere to go. Knocked away by McGee. On the run for Wisconsin. And it's a blocking foul. They'll count it. Let's see.
Huge impact for this team.
You know his favorite players? Kyrie Irving. That finish was finisher ever. McGee, it's added money when he starts scoring too. His defense, his tenacity does so much for this team. Williams kicking it out for Mahovsky. Drives into Janicki. This Wisconsin defense has been stifling. Johnson turns the corner and scores.
There is Johnson, the senior, penetrating this defense and getting himself all the way down the lane for the tough finish.
Tanjay kicks. Janicki connects.
Point line, you go back to that possession of Darius Johnson. More pressure on the paint. Once you get the ball to the paint, that'll open up threes as the game transpires.
Keyshawn Hall, difficult too, and he got the roll.
Sometimes better offense beats good defense as UCF go a little tempo press back to a 2-3 zone.
Inside Crowell, and a finish right at the doorstep off a good feed from Klesmit.
Biggest key with this offense that he runs, with this offense, man-to-man offense, when you find front court players that can pass, it makes you that much more difficult to guard. And you saw there, Xavier
Ryan officially retired. And back-to-back Sweet 16s ensue because he took him back to the Sweet 16 that year. And they actually honored those back-to-back Final Four teams last week when Tanjay had 41 against Arizona. Hall in the lane. Can't finish, but a foul. George Mason, where he put together the rebounding and defense and athleticism he brings.
Lead the Tanjay. All you need to see is one layup, one free throw, one basket go in, and it can really open things up to have a big night.
Debo Coleman put together a really nice game against Tennessee Tech Tuesday, but he's missed his first couple shots. They go back to Crowell. There's the backdoor pass to Blackwell. 5, every one of them in the mid-range. A 16-point Wisconsin lead. UCF's without a field goal going on 3.5 minutes. And Wisconsin showing no signs of slowing down. Tanjay to the rim. And that's a layup drill.
We talked about it. He only needed one. He's gotten both his baskets on drives, but we know how well he shoots the basketball.
Darius Johnson knifes into the paint, draws a foul on Winter. Wisconsin now at 61%.
That is an efficient offensive night.
We head to the gridiron, full day packed. Sam Houston State and Jacksonville State, and then Mountain West action highlighted by Ashton Genty and number 12 Boise State visiting Wyoming at 7, followed by Fresno State and Colorado State. So a lot to catch tomorrow, and then we'll be back for you Sunday. So get your relaxation in tomorrow. Oh, that's a good finish from Tanjay. Up and under he goes. 6 points in the last 2 minutes now for him. And Hall's fouled on the floor. Colorado Springs and put together a couple of really nice.
A lot of credit to the head coach of Colorado State just for his development and the job he did coaching him and the offense that Nico runs at Colorado State.
They got to go. McGee hoists and hits. Another one down, the hatchet for Wisconsin. And McGee's now 3 of 3 from the floor and has 9.
We talk about an efficient offensive team. They never panicked when they got late in the shot clock and just continued to make the right plays. Keyshawn Hall, Tanjay with a physical move on the other, but Hall with his size and his ability to get the ball inside and finish, really impressive.
37-18, approaching 5 to go in the first half. Tanjay down the lane again. Winter tipped it, no. Volleyballing it around, and it's a foul. Winter active. 11. As Winter drops in the free throw.
I'm going to talk to Nolan Winter and ask, when Wisconsin lines up.
In for 3. They need one to go down from deep desperately. There's J.J. Taylor battling on the glass. And now Johnson works on McGee in the lane and swoops to the hoop for 2. Call a flop there on McGee. Blackwell, Ilver, and McGee, the 5 for the Badgers. McGee's got 9 to lead the way in a balanced Wisconsin attack. Tanjay for Blackwell, tries a 3, bullseye. Another triple down the hatchet for Wisconsin. They're 5 for 12 from deep. Their lead is 22.
And Tanjay with a big-time play off the ball screen, to the floor, just making the right reads.
Ivy Curry at the free throw line. And the UTSA, he actually spent his first season at UTSA, his first couple actually, season tournament victory. They've been dominant in these events. And a good job there by Chiam to strip Crowell. UCF forcing a rare Wisconsin turnover. And Ivy Curry is tripped up going to the back. I mean, we see comebacks in college basketball. Like a lot, teams nowadays, you get down by 20.
Zone.
Wisconsin is still shooting nearly 57% from the floor, and they're 5 for 12 from 3. Shot clock to 10. Crowell always looking to facilitate, finds a cutting Tanjay for 2 more.
But if you cut really hard, your teammate is going to find you.
Johnson, catch and shoot triple. And Chiam on the offensive glass. Ivy Curry thought about a 30-footer. Off the hard hedge, that's a foul on Crowell.
Almost 3 minutes to go in this half. He picks up his 3rd foul left in this game.
Ivy Curry, tremendous free throw. And again, Crowell on the bench now with 3. Certainly be breaking down what Jalen Lowe did earlier today. What a performance that was.
Been the most impressive thing.
Klesmit, long 3, and Taylor rebounds. Feels like a crucial final couple minutes for UCF. Can they close the half strong? J.J. Taylor, and he's pushed. Again, Wisconsin already well over the limit, so 2 more free throws.
Floor, paint touches to kick out threes, even though they haven't made one. Texas A&M game. I mean, I'm from Ocala, Florida. I grew up right down the road from UCF. And
Banks. Can UCF string together a couple of quality offensive looks? Chiam backing down on Gilmore at 7-2. Leaves that hook short. And they get a foul.
The big fella, his best basketball days.
I'd say so.
Are in front of him.
All-time leading scorer there. You look at some of this roster, him.
Do you know who his dad played for in college, Jack? His dad played for Bo Ryan. Bo Ryan.
Yeah.
Talk about a connection.
First national title team at UW Platteville. Back in the early 90s, I believe it was. They'll run this down as much as they can. Ivy Curry in double figures with 10. He's been double figures all 5 games this year. Goes to the bucket, missed it. Outside Hall, extra pass Taylor. On the baseline drive, put it up and off. Rebound tipped around. Taylor is there to muscle it in. 5 seconds to go in the half. Wisconsin's got to go. Inbound to Klesmit. Half-court heave, good if it goes. Almost. And we go to halftime at the...
It'll keep them somewhat in this game, but it's the efficiency of Wisconsin's offense. 12 assists, 24 points in the paint. And to your point, Jack, just the balance from everybody on this team contributing some type of way. Blackwell, McGee, Crowell with his man. We've seen 2-3 zone. We've seen tempo.
Now sits down, mark it down to the 1944 mark. And this becomes a big sequence for Carter Gilmore. Control till he had taken a step, but either way, turnover on UCF as Winter floats it up and in. Boy, he's really played well today. He's got 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting and 6 rebounds.
When you catch the ball in the middle of the zone, the first thing you have to do is face the basket. It's almost...
Blackwell had to back up. That was a heck of a jab step, but couldn't pay it off in 3.
And UCF's bench is just waiting for something to happen for this team so they can start to cheer.
As Winter gives the Wisconsin faithful something to cheer.
Behind the 3-point line, got to figure out what you're going to do when he's setting those ball screens.
That's another winning play from Gilmore. A couple of blocks, backdoor feed, Blackwell to Tanjay, and the Wisconsin leads back to 20. Points over his last couple on very efficient shooting. Just has not gotten it going tonight against this length. Ivy Curry, good look for 3. And finally they get one to go down. They had missed their first 11.
Different ways. He's constantly cutting to the basket, but he can play off the bounce. Gets to his mid-range spot. I mean, listen, we know that he's fully capable of knocking it down from behind the 3-point line coming into this game.
On cue, his second triple of the year. He made his first one against Tennessee Tech on Tuesday. If that guy is 7-2 with his ability at 18 and can start shooting it, the country better be on notice. Tanjay, backdoor, Blackwell for 2. You know what part of Wisconsin basketball hasn't stopped? The cutting.
The cutting. When the ball gets to the middle of the zone, just like it did there, you always have to face up, and that's exactly what Tanjay did. And have to be mindful of cutters cutting to the basket as Johnson's going to get a frustration technical foul, saying something to the referee.
Today he's been efficient as always. This is a rare free throw. He'll have to start a new streak, which he does.
Anybody's night on any given night, and as long as the ball continues to move and they play unselfish, they're one of the best offensive teams in the country.
And they put it in with a foul. It's Amos. Is 6'7", wingspan's around 7 feet. He's someone their guards explosive offense, and I mean explosive.
And listen, when you're from Chicago and you play for a program called Whitney Young, you know you've played against some of the best players in the entire country growing up. No question.
Do they have a push in then to get back in this thing? Ivy Curry, that would have been a start, but he's off the mark from 3 again. 2 for 14 from the game from deep. Amos, and he hangs and scores. Points in high school, and again, a preferred walk-off, and now a steal. Janicki on the move. Oh, he was going in for a possible windmill, and he missed a layup. Taylor, drop-off feed, and Yatsus lays it in.
I think Janicki
maybe got a little too ambitious.
I
think he was going in for a full-on dunk. He was trying to get himself a highlight. Can't blame him. McGee, pass deflected and stolen away by Williams. And on the run, Johnson will lay it in. It's amazing how momentum changes in a basketball around the rim. Blackwell kicks. Janicki on a baseline drive. He's cut off. And now Blackwell, a terrific tough shot maker in the clutch. Shot clock at 3. Falls away and connects. On cue. He is the ultimate bailout guy.
Right on cue. UCF with a great defensive possession. Love the aggressiveness they've been on the ball screens and what they're doing. I'll tell you what, taking that jump into his sophomore year. They say another guy whose dad played at another Big Ten school not named Wisconsin. Dad played at Illinois.
Benny Williams, it was tipped in by Yatsus, but wasn't in the cylinder. They're going to say it was.
UCF. Wisconsin not in a hurry, going to run and execute their offense, continue to do what they've been doing.
Klesmit, high floaters off the mark. Winter tips it up and in. He's got 13 points. How about 13 points in his 21 minutes with now 9 rebounds? D.R. Johnson again. I mean, this guy scored in bunches at the JUCO level.
But when you're wired to score like that, just got to continue to get more reps with this UCF program.
Wisconsin's got 3 in double figures, and McGee is sitting on 9. Klesmit drills a 3. I mean, sitting on 9. Klesmit drills a 3. I mean, he's only got 5. He came in averaging more than 14, and Wisconsin's up 22. In the mid-range, Yatsus, he can do that.
In South Carolina, great program in the Southern Conference is Blackwell lets one go here. Wisconsin coming up with the offensive rebound. Blackwell's going to get to the free throw line, but Klesmit, a Wisconsin native, probably already down at Prime 44 West, Jerry West's restaurant. Got some.
I think you and I'll be headed there a little bit later. Our whole crew doing a crew.
What do you got planned? You got some. It is going to be a little bit chilly outside.
You already know what I have planned. I got. We'll have some golf going on now. I'm hoping I can get some footage of them.
Outside, decked out in Wisconsin gear, and I'm like, hold up, wait a second here. Didn't you play golf at the University of Florida? Can't you put a little bit of orange and blue on?
Klesmit buries a triple. So he's now getting on the act.
Another terrific pass. I live in South Florida, so
right.
Sometimes.
Well, you're also talking about.
We got to get out in the cold and experience a little bit. And 5 years at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst, Massachusetts, I'm familiar.
And the rebound tracked down by Mahovsky. What do you want to see from UCF to try to grab some momentum if they can't come all the way back and maybe get something going for Sunday? Is Williams on cue able to bat?
And it'll teach you exactly what to do.
I will for sure. Now, have you done skeet shooting before?
I'm from Ocala, Florida. But to be honest with you, no, I have not. But I have some friends. My brother-in-law, Josh Scroggy. Good for
you. Go on a run.
That's the balance that they have on this basketball team. And, you know, when you look at the numbers, that Pittsburgh team needs to be ranked in the top 25.
Definitely making a strong case for it. Receiving votes in the top 25 as Ivy Curry misses. Keyshawn Hall, an offensive rebound and a foul.
I think, too, about what Wisconsin lost. They lose Tyler Wall to graduation.
What UCF has done so far this year. We mentioned they're not immune to comebacks. Had to come back from 11 down. Was thinking, well, Tanjay's not looking to make plays for others. He's done that a lot today. Gilmore passed up an open look. Got a better one for McGee, who pays it off for 3. He's got a dozen points, 4 for 4 from the field. He made field goals. They've knocked down 9 triples. They've also now scored 79 points for the 6th time in as many games. First time they've done that to begin a season since 2005-2006. His teammates picked him up in the second half. And it's Chiang a goal. They've had a pipeline from there now for a while. Remember, you go back to
UCF bringing Taco Fall in there. Donnie Jones took Stetson to their first ever NCAA tournament last year.
He did. Gilmore tripped. McGee's got to go with 1, and he lays it in. He extends his season high to 14. He's a perfect 5 for 5 from the floor. First free throw in for Johnson. Left the second one. Amos off the mark on a triple. Approaching 3.5 to go. There's Benny Williams on the drive. Hangs and misses, throws a foul.
With Darius Johnson, Jordan Ivy Curry, I would assume that coach spirited in practice yesterday. Had his team.
Badgers teams. None have done what this group has. And that's the first miss from the floor today for McGee. That should be a goaltend along with the foul.
Good job, Dior Johnson. Pushing the ball up the floor, finding his teammate. Is it up on the backboard? That one's close. What do you think, Jack?
National team. Season high 13 minutes for him on Tuesday against Tennessee. Can't wait until we get to Sunday. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Gonna get 2 very hungry UCF and LSU teams, and then
it ends down the stretch for sure.
Johnson's pretty Eastern on CBSSN, and then Wisconsin. Knock away here. Tyler Hendricks seeing some action. I remember his brother Taylor. What a season he had. I was going to say career season he had before becoming a lottery pick. As Blackwell draws a foul. Now he's doubled his scoring. Not unfamiliar territory for the Blackwell family. His dad, Glenn, amazing.
In the Big Ten.
Takes a special talent to do that. Good job by Mahovsky to draw a foul.
You put in these early season tournaments, these MTEs, practice day in between games, which is an NCAA tournament feel. Some of these MTEs that don't have that, you play back-to-back games. It's like a conference tournament feel, so it's great for everyone once you get in these events for the experience that's going to help you later on in the season.
Oh, Benny Williams, there's a highlight for you. Climbing the ladder for the big flush. There's a guy who was a former 5-star recruit. And Klesmit will just dribble the clock here with about a 30-second game clock, shot clock difference. See if they put one more up. Wisconsin up 15. Klesmit kicks. Open look. And Jack Robinson buries a 3. How about the freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota?
Big of a part as winning as the players that are out there playing 20, 30 minutes a game. You know, last night you walked by the gym.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh managers were playing against the LSU managers and the...
In terms of finding people to discuss this with, there's not many better. You know what every role on a team someone has. You know what it takes to become a champion, and they've got that kind of camaraderie and culture, to your point, as Johnson hits a couple free throws.
And I'll tell you this, Jack. Wish they had those manager games when I was a student manager. I would have loved to go into Rupp Arena and try to make a couple jump shots.
Well, how about this? Fittingly, Isaac Gard gets to dribble out the clock in front of his dad. Crowd to their feet. They'll be back here to try to win a championship on Sunday. Your final score in our second semifinal, 86-70. Wisconsin knocks off UCF. 19th ranked Badgers will meet Pitt at 5:30. LSU